I recently read Choose Yourself by James Altucher. We're currently living in a choose yourself era. Authors no longer need to be chosen by a publisher. They can choose to self-publish and use social media to self-market their books. Filmmakers aren't waiting for a studio or a producer to greenlight their documentary. They're bypassing the gatekeepers and putting their work on Vimeo and YouTube and making a name for themselves. Instead of begging a select few gatekeepers, hiring managers, bosses, studios to give them an opportunity, choose-yourselfers are creating their own opportunities. But you might be thinking, I don't have the talent to choose myself. Don't worry, it's not about talent. It's about making 3 fundamental shifts. Shift 1, become an idea machine. Shift 2, stop obsessing over success and start focusing on the daily practice. And shift number 3, change the way you think about selling. First, become an idea machine. The choose yourself path is paved by ideas. The more ideas you can generate, the more likely you'll think of a profitable idea, and the more confidence you'll have to pursue that idea, because you know that whatever problems you encounter, you'll have the idea power to solve them. We are all idea machines, but some of us have let our idea muscles atrophy from lack of use. It's as if we're all Olympic marathon runners, but some of us have been on bed rest, and our legs barely have the strength to walk. To start exercising your idea muscle, so you can get back to Olympic level idea generation, buy a waiter's pad, and then make it a goal every day before noon to fill that waiter's pad with 10 ideas. Why a waiter's pad? Well, a waiter's pad costs less than $1. It's easy to store in your pocket, it's space constrained, so it forces you to be concise with your ideas, and the pages are small enough to make generating 10 ideas seem less daunting. Why 10 ideas? Think of it like doing 10 reps of a moderately heavy weight. The first 5 or 6 reps you can do comfortably, but the 8th, 9th, and 10th rep require you to really push yourself. Those last 3 reps are where all the muscle gains come from. You can generate ideas on anything, but to get started, try generating 10 ways that you can make something better. 10 ways you can make this video better. 10 ways you would restructure or rewrite a book you've just read. 10 ways you could improve that marketing email you just received. Or 10 ways you can make a better frying pan than the one you used this morning to cook breakfast. Once you've generated 10 ideas for the day, you could either use those ideas yourself, or you could send those ideas to someone who could benefit from them. When author James Altucher wanted to become a financial writer, he'd generate 10 ideas for a financial article, and he'd send those ideas to financial writers. This act of generosity allowed Altucher to meet Jim Cramer, host of Mad Money, who then asked Altucher to write articles for TheStreet.com. But it ultimately doesn't matter if any of your ideas get used. The goal is to simply work your idea muscle and get good at generating ideas. And don't be afraid of bad ideas. The fastest way to a great idea is by generating lots and lots of bad ideas. But to ultimately bring your good ideas to life, you'll need energy and influence. And to get more energy and influence, you'll need to focus on the daily practice. The daily practice is a practice of strengthening 4 areas of your life by at least 1% a day. The 4 areas are mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. Imagine these 4 areas of life like 4 separate bodies you need to strengthen. First, the mental body. You can strengthen your mental body by pushing yourself creatively. If you generate those 10 ideas a day, you will strengthen your mental body by 1%. Next, the emotional body. The emotional body gets weak when you surround yourself with toxic people who constantly gossip and judge others. But it gets stronger when you surround yourself with people who inspire you and who you respect. You can strengthen your emotional body by 1% a day by simply checking in with people you care about. And you can keep your emotional body strong by turning down requests from people you don't like. I recently saw a social media post that said, "Life hack. You literally do not have to be friends with people you don't like." Next, the spiritual body. You strengthen your spiritual body by remembering to be present. For just a few minutes, stop time traveling. That is, stop thinking of the past or the future, and decide to be grateful for what's right in front of you. When author James Altucher walks through his New York City neighborhood, he often likes to marvel and appreciate the architecture of the buildings around him. And lastly, the physical body. We all know how to improve our physical body. Exercise, eat right, and sleep. But we often forget that sleep is the foundation. If we don't sleep well, our fitness and our diet will crumble. Therefore, the most effective way to strengthen your physical body by 1% is simply to go to bed 5 minutes earlier today, or read a book instead of watching TV before you go to bed. When you strengthen all 4 bodies by at least 1% each day, that 1% gets compounded. When you compound 1% a day, you are 37 times better by the end of the year. And if a year from now, you're 37 times more mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically stronger than you are today, your energy and optimism will be infectious, and you'll have the endurance and the resilience to turn great ideas into something incredibly valuable. But even if your ideas are incredibly valuable, few people will benefit from them if you're not great at selling them. Selling is much simpler than you think. To become a master salesperson, just follow this 2-phase approach. Underprice and overdeliver, then say no to most people. When James Altucher was building websites for companies, he built a website for New Line Cinema for $1,000. That was 1/100th of the market rate at that time. And what he delivered was better than most sites New Line Cinema had ever seen. This enhanced Altucher's reputation and led to many more clients. Altucher says, if someone pays you $100 and you give them just $100 in value, then you've failed. You must always give people more, because when you overdeliver, it feels like an unexpected present. People are like 3-year-olds. They like to get presents. People want to do business with people who give them presents. And when you give, you will receive. Eventually, James became so busy that he had to start saying no. And when he started saying no, even more people wanted to work with him. Altucher says, if you reduce the supply of you through no, then the demand of you goes up and you make more money and you have more fun. When you start saying no to people, you start saying yes to just the people you want to work with. You start saying yes to just the places you want to travel to. And you start saying yes to just the hours you want to work. When you start saying no, you become like an exclusive, limited edition baseball card, or like a reservation at an exclusive restaurant. Your value goes up, and you can charge more. In the end, ask yourself, who does my success depend on? How many gatekeepers need to choose me for me to be successful? If you're tired of having to please a few powerful people to move ahead in your career, then it's time to choose yourself. The choose yourself life starts by becoming an idea machine, then focusing on the daily practice, then adopting a simple sales philosophy of underpricing and overdelivering, and then saying no to make yourself a scarce resource. That was the core message that I gathered from Choose Yourself by James Altucher. This is a wacky but uplifting and powerful book. I highly recommend it. If you would like a 1-page PDF summary of insights that I gathered from this book, just click the link below and I'd be happy to email it to you. If you already subscribe to the free Productivity Game email newsletter, this PDF is sitting in your inbox. If you like this video, please share it. And as always, thanks for watching and have yourself a productive week.